Good morning, everyone. This is Scott, W2BLT, and this is the Morning Brew for the 17th of June. This is net number 989 for those keeping score. And I'll be your host for the first hour, then we'll turn it over to Mike, K2CMT, down in DeBerry, Florida. And we have Vicky on the log this morning, KE8VKY up in Michigan. Just an announcement tonight. Don't forget we have the TechNet at 8 o'clock tonight right here on Reflector. Bring your questions or just stop by, say hi, and answer the question if you'd like. Let me acknowledge the text check-ins we have here. We have KC2NJV Wayne, K4GDS Gil, KD9YUZ Jimmy, KQ9 KX Paul, KE2EIO Michael, KY4MB Scott, KA8BYU Roy, 82KP Stephen, VE3XTD Eric, W2KDC Dennis, and N6QDY David, and N3DQD just came in. Who do we have in there mobile this morning that would like to get in? Let me remind you of the question of the day. Do you use an electric or a manual can opener? I think it's going to be split down the middle, actually. But do you use an electric or manual can opener? Mobiles and mobiles only. Please come with your call sign twice and slowly. Kilo 14 Juliet, Juliet November Mobile. Kilo 4 Kilo Zulu Zulu, AK4 KZZ Mobile. Whiskey Alpha Alpha 5 Juliet Whiskey Mobile. In and out. Alpha Alpha 5 Juliet Whiskey Mobile. W4 PPX W4 PPX Mobile. Mobile in and out. Have a good day. Kilo Romeo 4 Echo Mike Mike KR4 EMM Mobile. W8 NJT Whiskey 8 November Juliet Tango. Alrighty, that was a little bit of a pile up. Let's see who we got here. We got KZ4JN Anders. We got KK4KZZ Mark, Alpha 5 Juliet Whiskey James, W4 PPX Don, KE2FLO Mike in Buffalo was in and out. We had KR4 EMM Vincent and W8 NTJ Nick. Had a station in there, had a CK in it. Could you come back with your call sign twice, please? Kilo Echo 2 Charlie Charlie Kilo. Kilo Echo 2 Charlie Charlie Kilo. Alrighty, we got you, Matthew. And did I hear W7OMH in there? Well, I guess not. Who did we miss in that little pile up? Please come with your call sign twice. Whiskey 8 Sierra Tango Juliet. Whiskey 8 Sierra Tango Juliet. Mobile. Oh, good morning. Here, KF5YRQ. KF5YRQ. In and out, please. November 2, Zulu Victor November, N2 ZVN. Alrighty, we'll hold it up there. That's quite a few mobiles. We ended up with N2 ZVN, Alan and Kendall. We had KF5YRQ. Charles was in and out. W8STJ, Steve up in Rochester Hills, Michigan was in and out. And the rest of them I acknowledge. Let's go to the top of this mobile list. KZ4JN Anders. Good morning. KZ4JN, Anders, are you still with me?
This is Kilo Zulu 4 Juliet November. Yes, I am. I'm sorry about that. I am one of these that crank my can opener manually. I hope everyone has a great day. This is Kilo Zulu 4 Juliet November. Back to net control.
Well, thank you, Anders. You have yourself a great day, and thanks for joining us. KE2CCK, Matthew in Frankfurt, New York. Good morning.
Good morning to you and everyone on the net. I use a manual can opener, and I like it better that way. Hi. Well, hopefully everybody here enjoys the rest of their day. This is KE2CCK, back to net control.
Alrighty. Thank you. Appreciate you joining us, and you have yourself a great day. KK4, KZZ, Mark in Satsuma, Florida. Good morning.
Good morning, everybody. Happy Tuesday. My can opener is Emmanuel, and pretty well. I hope everyone has a great day and a good rest of the week. KK4, KZZ.
Good day, Mark. Appreciate you joining us this morning. AA5JW, James in Spring, Texas. Good morning.
Well, good morning, Scott and Vicky and everybody else out there on the Brew crew this morning. This is Alpha 5 Juliet Whiskey Mobile, James in Spring, mobiling to Houston for work today. Hopefully I'll do less mobiling than I did yesterday. I drove almost 170 miles yesterday by the end of the day, just around town. To the question at hand, we use an electric can opener because we're kind of lazy, but we are in Hurricane Alley, so I do keep a manual can opener just in case. With that, I'll say 7-3, hand it back to net. Everybody have a blessed day and stay safe out there. This is Alpha 5 Juliet Whiskey Mobile. We'll be monitoring.
Thank you, James, and be careful motoring out there today. You have a fine one. W4 PPX, Don in Hollywood, Florida. Good morning.
Good morning, Scott, Vicky, everybody on the Brew crew. Good morning. Put me down for electric. I have an electric one. Most of them have cab tops you can pull open anyway, so hope everybody has a great day. WPX, back to you, Scott.
Don, thanks for stopping by, and you have a good day. Electric it is. KR4EMM, Vincent, Fort Lauderdale, Florida. Good morning.
Good morning, everyone. I go with a manual. It's the type that actually lifts the steel and doesn't cut the can. I found it to be better. You don't wind up with little metal shards in your food. Anyway, have a great day, everyone, and thank you for running the net. Back to you.
Alrighty, Vincent, manual it is. Have yourself a fine day. W8NJT, Nick in Toledo, Ohio. Good morning, Nick.
Morning, everybody. Manual can opener for me. The electric ones, I haven't dealt with one more than 30 years, but I imagine they're still cumbersome and really don't give you much benefit. W8NJT, back in net control.
Alrighty, Nick, manual it is. Thanks for joining us. This is W2BLT. And last on the mobile list, N2ZVN, Alan in Kendall, New York. Morning, Alan. Question of the day. Do you use an electric or a manual can opener?
Good morning, everyone. I use a manual can opener. Takes no counter space. However, somehow the cats still know when you're opening a can, despite it being quiet. N2ZVN, back to net.
imagine they do. Have a good day, Alan, and thanks for joining us. Let me acknowledge one other text check-in we had, W3CBE truck down in Newcastle. Let's go to the top of the text check-ins here. KC2NJV, Wayne in Belmore, New York. Good morning, Wayne.
Good morning, Scott. KC2NJV here. While we have both in the house, the electric can opener, which is actually battery operated, works great. So I think that's my answer. Have a great day.
All right, thanks for joining us, Wayne, and have a good day yourself. K4 GDS, Gil in Orlando, Florida. Good morning, Gil.
Good morning, Scott, Vicki, and everyone else on the Brew. Just in the office now on this holiday shortened weekend. Gonna enjoy that. Manual can opener for us. K4 GDS, back to that.
Alrighty, Gil, thanks for joining us, and that reminds me, there is no morning brew on Thursday. It is a federal holiday, and therefore there is no morning brew. Next up, KD9, YUZ, Jimmy in Wakarusa, Indiana. Good morning, Jimmy.
Good morning, Scott. Good morning, Vicki, and everybody on the Brew. Put me down for manual can opener, Scott. Everybody have a great day. KD9, YUZ, back to that.
All right, Jimmy, and you have yourself a good day, and thanks for joining us this morning. KQ9KX, Paul in La Pointe, Wisconsin. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning. We don't need anything else taking up counter space in our kitchen, so manual it is. KQ9KX.
Alrighty, thanks for stopping by this morning, Paul. Appreciate it. KE2EIO, Michael in Almond, New York. Good morning.
Good morning, everybody on the net. Manual it is. Manual it is. It's KE2EIO, 73s, everybody, and have a good day. Back to net. Thank you.
All right, thanks, Michael. Have a good day. Looks like it's going to be another warm one. Next up, KY4MB, Scott in Memphis, Tennessee. Good morning, Scott.
Well, good morning, Scott, and everybody on the Brew crew, and Brother Randall, he's listening there. The answer to the question would be a manual can opener, but you know, the bacon, lettuce, tomato, and the barbecue does not come in a can, Scott. So no need for one. Thanks for doing the net. Thanks, Miss Vicki, behind the scenes. It's overcast and a nice enough day here in Memphis, Land Elvis and barbecues today. Back to net, KY4NB, 73's off.
All right, Scott, you have a good day. Thanks for joining us. I didn't know if barbecue sauce came in cans down there or not. Next up, KA8BYU, Roy in Blaisdell, New York. Good morning, Roy.
Good morning, everybody on the Brew, KA8BYU. I have both, but predominantly use a electric can opener here at the house. And I also carry a P38 on my key ring, so I can open a can anywhere. And anybody who's been in the military knows what a P38 is. Back to you.
Alrighty, thanks, Roy. And with the amount of cans that you have to open a day, I think electric would be apropos. Have a good day. Appreciate you joining us. 82KP, Stephen in Brooklyn, New York. Good morning, Stephen.
Well, good morning, Scott, Vicki, and the rest. Gosh, I haven't used electric can open, I think, since the 70s, so put me down for manual. I'm much like Roy. I still have a P38 when I was in the Marine Corps, which came with the T rations, and I still use it. So I hope everyone has a great day. This is 82KP, back to net control.
Alrighty, Stephen. Manual it is. Thanks for stopping by. DE3XTD, Eric in Gravenhurst, Ontario, Canada. Good morning, Eric.
Good morning, Scott. Good morning, Vicky. Yeah, we use the manual can opener here. There's no space on the counter for the electric one, so no choice. Back to you.
Alright, manual it is. Thanks for stopping by, Eric. W2KDC, Dennis down in Dansville, New York. Good morning.
Good morning, everyone on the Brew. We use the manual can opener. I use the manual can opener. My wife has an electric one that she tried. It's one of those that's supposed to just cut the lid, cut the edge, and not make it a sharp edge, but half the time it doesn't work, and I end up using the manual one anyway. So, W2, KDC, back to you. Everyone have a great day.
Alrighty, thanks, Dennis. Appreciate you joining us. Next up, N6QDY, David in Sacramento, California. Good morning, David.
Yeah, good morning, Scott, Vicky, the Brew crew, and everybody in the room room, and KDY. Yeah, we use a manual can opener. And like the other guys say, a P38, also known as a John Wayne. We use that in the Marine Corps too. Hey, everybody have a great day. W3 and 6KDY, back to that.
Alrighty, thank you, David. Appreciate you joining us. Next up, N3DQD, Ray down in Beaver, Pennsylvania. Good morning, Ray.
Good morning, Scott, Vicky, and the rest of the crew in there this morning. We use a manual can opener here.
Righty, manual it is. Thanks for joining us, Ray. Appreciate it. And last on this list, W3CDE, Chuck in Newcastle, Pennsylvania. Good morning.
Good morning, Scott, and everybody on the Brew. Put me down for manual there, Scott. Thanks for doing the net. Have a great day. W3CDE.
Alrighty, thanks for joining us, Chuck. And yeah, it seems like with the can opener question here that a move forward in technology really didn't work for can openers. Alrighty, folks, this is W2BLT. Let's take some regular check-ins. Anybody, anywhere, please come with your call signs twice and slowly.
4 Romeo Oscar November, Whiskey Bravo 4 Romeo Oscar November, mobile in and out with a manual.
Victor
Alpha 3, Charlie Romeo Foxtrot. Victor Alpha 3, Charlie Romeo Foxtrot.
Kilo 2 Alpha Alpha Charlie. Kilo 2 Alpha Alpha Charlie. In and out, Scott.
Kilo 4 Delta India Yankee. Kilo 4 Delta India Yankee.
Kilo Charlie 3,
India Uniform Mike.
Kilo Charlie 3, Alpha Victor.
India Uniform Mike. In and out. KE9GIL.
November 4, Romeo Hotel Echo.
KE9GIL.
November 4, Romeo Hotel Echo.
Delta 2 Tango Foxtrot Bravo. Kilo Delta 2 Tango Foxtrot Bravo. KO4, FRR, KO4, FRR.
Try this one more time. Kilo, Echo 2, India, 9, Kilo. November 2, India, Kilo. KE9 DIF.
Victor Echo 3, Delta Charlie.
Alrighty, let's hold it up there for just a moment. Let me recognize who we have here and who we didn't get. We had Victor. Well, we had KD3ATQ, Jim. We had WB4RON, Ron up in Niagara Falls, was in and out. Have a good day, Ron. We had N8ZFH, Gary. We had VA3CRF, Vern. K2AAC, Art, right here in Tonawanda, New York, was in and out. Have a good day, Art. We had KK4DIY, Eugene. K8BAC, Al via the text line. We had KC3LAB, Mike. VE3DAC, Matthew. KF0IUM, Kevin in Grand Junction, Colorado, was in and out. We had KE9TIF, Adam. N4RHE, Roger. KD2TFB, Joe. KO4FRR, Joe. N2ISK, Bob. And KE2GCV, Garrett, via the text line. Who did we miss in there? Please come with your call sign twice and slowly.
3, Whiskey Lima, Zulu Lima 3, Whiskey Lima. You're up.
Whiskey Bravo 4, Romeo Oscar, November, in and out this morning, Scott.
KC0BDX, in and out, there's Scott, good day.
Delta Mike Lima, in and out.
Kilo Echo 8, Sierra Mike November. 88 SMN. Good morning. In and out today.
Echo 3, Tango off November. Victor Echo 3, Tango off November. Yep, Victor Echo Canada.
Kilo 3, Tango Victor. VK3TV, in and out. Good evening from Melbourne.
Kilo 2 Tango Victor. Kilo 2 Tango Victor.
Bravo Sierra. Victor Alpha 3, Yankee Bravo Sierra.
Alright, let's hold it up there and acknowledge these folks and run the list. We had a VA3 YBS Bill up in Dunnville, Ontario, coming in through one of our Buffalo repeaters. Good trip. We had KD2 TV Bob, VK3 TV Mal over in Australia was in and out. We had VE3 TGN Tim in Windsor. KE8 SMN Jeff in Rochester Hills was in and out this morning. Have a good day. We had K4 FML Garrett. KC0 BBF Steve in Lincoln, Nebraska was in and out. We had Zulu Lima 3 Whiskey Lima Wayne over in New Zealand. And we had KE2GCV Garrett in Williamsville via the text. Let's go to the top of us. Let's go to the top of this list and run them. KD3ATQ Jim in Easton, Pennsylvania. Question of the day is, do you use an electric or manual can opener? This is W2BLT. Good morning, Jim.
Good morning, Scott, Vicky, and the rest of the Brew crew. Put me down for a manual. I think I have a couple of T-38s floating around also. Back to net control, KD3 ATQ.
Alrighty, thank you. I appreciate you joining us. And we did have WB4RON. Ron in the mobile was in and out. Let's go to N8ZFH, Gary in Woodhaven, Michigan. Good morning, Gary.
Good morning to you, Scott. Good morning, Vicki, and good morning to the rest of the crew. Happy Tuesday. You might as well put me down for a manual. I couldn't find it, and I can't actually remember the last time that we needed a can opener, probably at least 5 years. Please check me in and out. I'll continue to listen. N8ZFH, back to net.
Alrighty, thanks, Gary. And I'll always need a can opener until Campbell's Soup Company puts their soups in a pouch. Have a good day, and thanks for joining us. Next up, Vern, VA3 CRF up in Waterdown, Ontario, Canada. It's a beautiful morning, Vern.
Good morning, Scott and Vicki and everybody on the net. Thanks for picking me up. Yeah, it's a nice morning up here. It's 58 already. It's going to get up into the 80s. A little overcast, though. It looks like you might get some rain, which is fine because the grass needs it. For the question, my can opener is electric. We do have a manual, but we need the electric more. I just used it yesterday to make some chili, which turned out really good. I was going to mention as well, Scott, that I had the opportunity to check into a net that Milton runs for Puerto Rican ham radio operators. That was a lot of fun. Anyway, hope everyone has a good day. Thanks for doing it. VA3 CRF.
Oh, that's interesting. I imagine he'll be checking in here shortly. Have yourself a good day, and I appreciate you joining us, as always. Let's go to KK4 DIY, Eugene in Homosassa, Florida. Good morning.
Good morning. This is KK4 DIY, Gene in Homosassa, Florida. It's a beautiful start to the day here, 75 degrees. And we're into our rainy season, so I think we may see more rain again today. And the answer to the question is we use a manual can opener, and like the other fellow said, we don't use it very often anymore, but we do use a manual. Thanks for bringing me in, KK4 DIY.
Thanks for stopping by this morning. We appreciate it. K8BAC, one of your hosts here on the Morning Brew. Al up in Britain, Michigan. Good morning, Al. Manual or electric can opener?
Scott and everybody on the Brew crew. Manual. I don't think since we've been married we've had an electric can opener. So yeah, you can't open cans when the power's out. You got electric ones. So I hope everybody's having a great day, and we'll catch y'all back tomorrow. KBAC, back to you.
Righty, Al. Thanks for joining us, and looking forward to sitting down with you this weekend. Next up, let's go down to Lidditz, Pennsylvania, to Mike, KC3LAV. Good morning, Mike.
Fine. Good morning to you, Scott, and everyone on the crew this morning. This is Kilo Charlie 3, Lima Alpha Victor Mike in Warwick Township, Lancaster County, Pennsylvania. Overcast, dreary day today. Pretty neat for sitting on the deck, having a wonderful time with coffee. We utilize an electric can opener. Mostly we own both for the wonderful emergency situations. Thank you. Back to net control. Have a great day, everyone. KC3LAV clear.
Alrighty, thank you, Mike. Yeah, my wife's down in south central Pennsylvania there, and she was saying for the last couple of days it's been cool and drizzly. I said, it's beautiful here. Have a good day. This is W2BLT. Next up, VE3DAC. Matthew in Meaford, Ontario, Canada. Good morning.
Yeah, Scott. How goes things for yourself? I'm just going to put it out there, but I'm doing fine up here. And as far as the question of the day, I use both electric and manual. I have at least one of each. I've had it where I've had the power go out in the middle of the can opener operating, and it's like, darn it. Yeah, back to you, Scott. This is VE3DAC.
Thanks for joining us this morning. You have yourself a great day. KE9DIF, Adam in Downers Grove, Illinois. Good morning, Adam.
Good morning, Scott. Hope you guys are having a great day. Well, I use the old Armstrong can opener, the old manual can opener. Back to you, Ned.
Alrighty, manual it is. Have a good day. Thanks for joining us. N4RHE, Roger down in Fort Lauderdale, Florida. Top of the morning, Roger.
LT and the rest of the day to yourself, Scott. Clever Cousin Vicky, November 4, Romeo Hotel Echo. Manual. I believe simplicity is the ultimate sophistication. Just like after the split wins in Edmonton, the Florida Panthers simply wanted to win Lord Stanley's Cup on home ice. November 4, Roger Ham enthusiast. Return to net.
Alrighty, thank you, Roger. And I got a feeling you're more right than wrong on that one. And I'm glad Buffalo could supply you folks down in there, Florida, with some good hockey talent. Have a good day. Next up, KD2 TFB, Joe in Cheektowaga, New York. Good morning, Joe.
I would have to say I have an electric can opener with a manual backup, but I think an even better question would be, do you have the conventional top-down cutting can opener or a side cutting? I've tried side cutting and never want to return back to the top cut can opener. I just think it's superior in almost every way. Kilo Delta 2 Tango Fox Bravo, back to net control.
Thanks, Joe. And to be honest, I never gave a thought about the side cutters there. I don't know. Top's always worked for the last 69 years, so hopefully it'll continue to keep working for me. Have a good day, Joe. And you can hear Joe most of the time on the TechNet with his Celebrity of the Week. Stop by 8 o'clock tonight. Next up, one of our system team members here, KO4FRR Joe in Lancaster, New York this morning, I think. Good morning, Joe.
Well, good morning, Scott, and good morning, Brew. This is Joe KO4FR. Yeah, I think it is Lancaster, I think, with Scott. Other than that, to answer the question, we use a manual. I don't think we use the automatic for, I don't know when, but better be careful with that suggestion, Scott. Your phone probably already sent some suggestions to make a scoop in the pouch. I'll talk to you guys later. Have a good one.
Alrighty, Joe. You have a good day, and if you step outside, you'll see what morning is supposed to feel like. Next up, N2 ISK, Bob in Woodbridge, New Jersey. Good morning.
Good morning, Scott and Group. Yeah, okay, I have manual. I have to say it's the best I've ever found. It's an OXO.
it cuts through the crimp on the side of the camp, so that it leaves no real sharp edges, and you put the lid back on the camp. And it's also very easy to use on my arthritic fingers. It works great. It's the best I've ever found. I do have a Boy Scout knife that has a Boy Scout style can opener that would probably take you, I don't know, maybe 3 or 5 minutes to actually hack your way all around the top of the can. So anyway, it's a big improvement. Everybody have a good day. And to ask you.
Okay, thanks for joining us, Bob, and enjoy the day. KE2GCV, Garrett in Williamsville, New York. Good morning.
So put me down for the manual one. KE2GCV.
Alrighty, Garrett, you have a fine day, and thanks for stopping by. Next up, we have Wayne as CL3WL in North Canterbury, New Zealand. Good morning, Wayne. Is it a manual or automatic can opener for you?
Good morning, Scott, and good morning, everybody. It's 11:35 on a Tuesday night here in New Zealand, and it's amazing to hear the US alive at this early hour. I carry a knife, a fork, and a spoon, and a manual can opener in my work bag because, you know, mate, you just never know. Back to you, Scott.
Well, thanks for joining us at your late hour over there, and enjoy the rest of your evening, however short it'll be. KF4 FML Garrett in Tallahassee, Florida. Good morning. K4 FML, are you still with me? Moving right along, let's go up north of the border, up to Windsor, Ontario, to VE3 TGN. Tim. Good morning, Tim.
Scott, taking care of a log there. Manual is everyone. Everyone there. And have a good night, and I'll say thank you for you all. Back to 283 in Windsor. Thanks, man. I really enjoyed it. Yeah, Scott, have a really nice day.
Well, thank you, Tim, and you enjoy the day as well. Appreciate you joining us this morning and every morning. Who we have next here? K2TV, Bob in Fairfax, Virginia. Good morning, Bob.
Good morning, Scott. Good morning to Vicky on the logging computer and the rest of the Brew crew. I have an electric one, and it's nice. It doesn't leave any sharp edges, and the wife likes it because she has arthritis in the hands, and it's easy to open the cans. So that's it. And I do want to say hello to VK2TV there, who checked in right before me in the check-in. Anyway, everyone have a good day, or a good evening, depending on where you are. This is K2TV.
Alrighty, Bob. You have yourself a fine day, and thanks for joining us. Alrighty, VA3 YBS, Bill up in Dunnville, Ontario, Canada. Good morning.
And the rest of the crew on the Brew crew. I can't remember the last time I saw our electric can opener, so I've got to go with the manual. Everybody have a good day. This is BA3YBS, back to the net.
Well, thanks for joining us, Bill. We appreciate it, and you have yourself a good day. Alrighty, time to start a new list here. Via the text, we already have N1, the CBM Carlos, and KE2 EDS Mark. Who else do we have looking to join us this morning? Please come with your call sign twice and slowly.
KFC CWF Kilo Foxtrot 8 Charlie Whiskey Foxtrot. Victor Alpha 3 Kilo Tango Juliet. Victor Alpha 3 Kilo Tango Juliet.
Kilo Delta 2 November Lima Mobile, KD2NL Mobile.
KI4 NHQ, KI4 NHQ.
November 9 Echo Hotel at 9 EHT Mobile in and out.
Delta 2 Tango Romeo Golf, KD2 TRG Mobile.
KI5 CYM, KI5 CYM, good morning, in and out.
KD3 AQH, Kilo Delta 3 Alpha Quebec Hotel. Scott, in and out.
Alrighty, let me hold it up there and recognize everybody. We had KD3 AQH, Scott in Jonestown, Pennsylvania, was in and out. We had our friend Ray out in Seminole, Texas. KI5 is CYM, was in and out this morning. Thanks for joining us, Ray. Good to see you. We had KD2 TRG in the mobile, Bob down in Stony Brook. We had N9 EHT, Doug in New Caney, Texas, was in and out. KD2 VNU, Derby Dan via the text. We had KI4 NHQ, Karen in Piney Flats, Tennessee. We had KO6 IXN, Scott in Eastvale, California. We had KD2NL, Chip in the mobile. VA3 KTJ, Jinsuk. And 2BH, Bill via the text. KF8 CWF, Brian. We had KE2 EDS and N1 CBM. Let's take these couple of mobiles we got here. Let's go to KD2NL, Chip in Cincinnati, New York. Good morning, Chip, and the question of the day is, do you use an electric or manual can opener? This is W2BLT.
Good morning, Scott, Vicky, and the rest of the crew. I use a manual can opener. So I'll say y'all have a good day and back to net. KD2NL Mobile.
Alrighty, thank you, Chip. Appreciate you joining us. The other mobile we have, haven't talked to you for a while, KD2 TRG. Good morning, Bob.
Scotty and everybody on the morning brew. Yeah, it's got my all-star note is down on my repeater at the lab, so, and I just haven't had the radio in the car, a whole lot, you know how it is. But, yeah, good talk, good hearing you out there, Scotty. I hope the bacon is still treating you good there, bud. Yeah, we had electric for years and years and years. It died. I got a replacement that was supposed to be the same. Piece of crap. Ended up going back to the good old manual. And that's my story, and I'm sticking to it. Have a great day, Scotty. Good hearing you, buddy. Have a great day, and this is KD2 TRG. I'll be on side.
Thank you, Bob. Always a pleasure. Good to hear you again. Let's see. That takes care of Mobiles, let's go up to the top of this list. N1 CBM, Carlos in Hollywood, Florida. Good morning.
Morning, Scott, Vicky, and everybody else. It's 79 down here by Port St. Lucie, driving north on the Turnpike for a quick trip to Orlando and then back this afternoon, back to Hollywood. It seems that technology is not favoring this question or this type of tool much these days, huh? I also go with the mainstream here, which is manual can opener. Haven't seen one of those electric ones in years. I think last one I saw it was in my grandma's house, like 35 years ago. Anyways, this is N1 CBM, mobile, going to Orlando and back this afternoon. Send it back to you, Scott. Have a great one.
Alrighty, Carlos, you have a good day. Thanks for joining us, and safe motoring there. Next up, one of our team members here, one of your hosts on the open mic night, KE2 EDS, Mark in Elma, New York. Good morning, Mark.
Good morning, Scott, Vicky, and the rest of the crew. Unlike Carlos, we're sitting at a nice 67 cool degrees here in western New York and enjoying that. But as far as the can opener is concerned, we use a manual can opener here. Have a great day, KE2 EDS.
Thanks, Mark. Appreciate you joining us, as always. Next up, Brian in Warren, Michigan, at KF8CWF. Question of the day, Brian. Do you use an electric or a manual can opener?
Good morning, Scott, Vicky, and the rest of the Brew crew. Around my house, I bought my wife a brand new can opener, an electric one, and she does not like it. So she's gone back and bought herself a manual one. We, of course, have a manual one up north where we rough it in the woods. And I still have my military issue P38 that I use from time to time. So predominantly manual, but we do have the capability for the electric. Everybody have a beautiful day. KF8, CWF, back to net control.
All right, thanks for joining us, Brian, and have a great day. N2BH, Bill in Palmyra, New York. Good morning.
Good morning, Scott, Vicky, everybody. I have a couple manuals. In fact, I used one yesterday to open tuna fish for a sandwich, and I wish I'd make the gears mesh better, though. And the rest of the day going down the shelter to mow lawn today. N2BH.
Alrighty, Bill, you have yourself a good day, and thanks for joining us. And just a reminder, Bill's one of your hosts here on the Morning Brew. You hear him on Monday and Friday, 7 till 8. Have a good one. DA3, KTJ, Chinstook up in LaSalle, Ontario, Canada. Good morning.
Good morning, Scott, Vicky, and everyone on the net. This is DA3, KTJ. I have manual one. I have never used electric one. Everyone have a great day. It's been free goal. Back to net control. This is DA3, KTJ.
Alrighty, have a good day, Jinsuk. Thanks for joining us. Let's go to KO6IXN, Scott, Eastvale, California. Good morning.
Good morning, Scott and Vicky and everybody on the Brew. I hope everyone has a great day out there today. As far as the question goes, we use a manual can opener. The electric ones always seem to fail on me, so manual for me. Have a great day. Back to net, KO6IXN.
All right, Scott, you have a good day, and thanks for joining us so early this morning. Let's go to KI4NHQ, Karen in Piney Flats, Tennessee. Good morning.
Good morning, everyone. I normally use an electric can opener due to a lot of arthritis in my hands, although I do try to get the cans that have the pop top whenever possible. And I hope everyone has a great day. Back to net control.
Alrighty, thanks for joining us, Karen. Appreciate it. You have yourself a fine day. Next up, one of our team members here on the East Coast Reflector, Derby Dan in Derby, New York, KD2 VNU. Good morning, Dan.
Good morning, Scott. Good morning to everybody on the brew. We use a manual here at the house. Everybody have a good day. KD2 VNU.
Alrighty, Dan, manual it is. You have yourself a fine day. Alright, let's go on and take some text check-ins. We had KI5PMI, KD3AJN, W2AJR, KC2GRN, K4KU, W9EBB, and KQ8U. Let's take these text check-ins and then we'll start a new list. KI5PMI, Bill in Hobbs, New Mexico. Good morning, Bill, and do you use an electric or a manual can opener?
Good morning, Scott. Everybody on the brew. We use manual can opener. Rest of the day, gonna be a balmy, mild 104 today, so that'll be a lot of fun. Rest of the day, just a little work. Hope y'all have a great day. KI5PMI. Back to Ned.
Yeah, I don't think 104 and work would be in the same sentence out of my mouth. Have a good day, Bill. Appreciate you joining us. Let's go down to Beaver, Pennsylvania to Anna, KD3AJN. Good morning.
Good morning. Happy Tuesday. I use a manual can opener. Everybody have a great day. KD3AJN.
Alrighty, Anna, you have a great day as well, and thanks for starting it with us this morning. Next up, W2AJR, Andy in Cheektowaga, New York. Good morning, Andy.
Good morning, Scott. Everybody in the brew crew. Well, we have a newfangled electric can opener, and it cuts the outside of the rim, so you can actually put the can top back on. It'll click back into place. How long that's going to last, I don't know. We do have a manual can opener as a backup if that makes a difference. The rest of the day is work, and then catch you all on the TechNet. 7-3. Back to you, Scott.
You're on.
Alrighty, thanks, Andy. And, you know, I don't think I need that thing because I don't think there's anything ever left in the can when I'm done to snap the lid back on for. Have a good day. KC2GRN, Joel in East Yaphank, New York. Good morning.
Good morning, Scott and Mike and Vicky and everybody on the morning brew. KC2GRN. Well, we have an electric one, and we've had that probably for a good 25 years. I guess it was a good model, and I'm not sure how much longer it'll go, but we'll keep using it until it goes. Anyway, everybody have a great day. KC2GRN, back to that.
All right, thanks for joining us this morning, Joel. Appreciate it. Next up, K4KU, another one of our hosts here on the open mic night, Jason in Atlanta, Georgia. Good morning, Jason.
Hey, good morning, Scott, and everybody on the morning brew. It is 72 degrees in Atlanta and already 91% humidity, so it feels like a sauna outside. And we have a manual can opener. Actually, I haven't seen an electric one in years now that I think about it. Anyway, back to net control. This is K4KU.
Alrighty, Jason, thanks for joining us. You have a great day, and appreciate you. W9EBB, Don in Ocala, Florida. Good morning.
Well, good morning, Scott, and everyone else on the Brew Crew. Normally I check into a repeater and come into RF, but looks like we don't have any more repeater over here in Marion County. How unfortunate. What do I use? I use electric at the house, and when I go camping and inside my hurricane kit, and this is a good idea, you out there who have a hurricane kit, I have a P-51, not to be confused with the P-51 Miss Mustang, which is a great aircraft. I'm not. I'll say 73, everybody, and have a great day.
Alrighty, thank you, Don. And up here we call that the Blizzard Preparedness Kit. Have a good one. KQ8U, Bob in East Course, Michigan. Good morning, Bob.
Morning, Scott, Vicky, and the crew. Right now, I don't have any can opener. I had electric ones, real nice when they broke, and I haven't replaced it. It's been about a year, so everything I open's got full tabs or frozen bed, frozen in a bag. I've been meaning to get another one. I just got it right now. Today I'm off to the orthopedic surgeon to see what he has to say. Everybody have a good one. KQ8U, back to that.
Alrighty, thank you, Bob. None it is. You're the one and only none today so far. Have a good day, Bob. KB2 WGC, Kevin in Homosassa, Florida via the text line. Good morning.
Good morning, everybody on the crew, and I have a manual, and like so many things, I take the can over, slowly going obsolete with the pull tops. But the other gentleman mentioned, it's always nice to have it in your emergency kit, whatever weather you're running from. Back to net, KB2WGC.
Alrighty, thank you, Kevin. Appreciate you joining us, and manual it is. We have one more pop in here by the text line. KJ5 at KUX. Ricky out in Houston, Texas. Good morning.
Hey, good morning, everybody in the Brew Crew. Appreciate it. Thanks for running the net. I have a nuclear-powered can opener. No, I'm just kidding. That's a joke. I actually think there's some things in life that just need to be simple. You know what? And, a can opener, that's something I think we can just stick with the manual one, in my opinion. Anyway, it's Kilo Juliet 5, Kilo Uniform X-Ray. Back to net, 7-3, everybody. Have a good rest of your day.
Alrighty, thank you. Appreciate you joining us there. Alrighty, folks, I got a minute or so. Let me take some in and out. Stations that only want to be in and out, please come with your call sign twice, and slowly, it's not a race.
Kilo Delta 5, Zulu Papa Tango. 4 Kilo Delta 5, Zulu Papa Tango. Active Link Mobile, in and out. Good morning. Edward 2, George Alpha Tango. Kilo Edward 2, George Alpha Tango. Checking in and out, please. Thank you. 23s to everybody. Have a great day. KR4 EBT.
Quebec 4, November Papa Alpha. Kilo Quebec 4, November Papa Alpha.
TLP, Kilo Delta 2, Tango Lima Papa, in and out.
Audio level is low.
KD2, TLP, Kilo Delta 2, Tango Lima Papa, in and out.
Alrighty, let me pick it up there and acknowledge these folks, and then we'll turn it over. We had KD2, TLP, Jamie. We had KQ4, NPA, Byron in Huntsville, Alabama. We got KR4 EBT Jason in Riverview, Florida. KE2 GAT Walter in Limbrook, New York. And KD5 ZPT Paul in Baton Rouge, Louisiana, all in and out. I'd like to thank everybody that checked in with me this morning. Thanks to Vicky on the log, keeping things straight for me. And we're going to turn over to Mike, K2CMT down in Berry, Florida. This is W2BLT. Everybody have a good day. It's all yours, Mike.
Thank you, Scott, and good morning. Thank you, Vicky, for being here as well. Question of the day, do you use an electric or manual can opener? I've got a manual. It's dull as a rock, and I just got off of Amazon and ordered a new one, so thank you, Scott, for the reminder. It's one other thing I haven't put off until tomorrow. New stations wishing to join us, come on now, twice and slowly, please.
KF8, DIC, KF8, Detroit, Rock City, Rochester.
Whiskey 8, Romeo Juliet Delta, W8, RJD, Ryan.
KO4 GGZ, KO4 GGZ, DJM Mobile.
Whiskey 2, Echo Mike, W2, EM.
KD2 YUY, Kilo Delta 2, Yankee, Uniform Yankee. November Alpha 2 Bravo, NA 2B. November 8 Mike, Romeo Sierra. November 8 Mike, Romeo Sierra. W2 KJV, W2 KJV.
Okay, let's hold up there on the list. Got a pretty good one going here. The Technology Station. Tony, one of our system facilitators from Homosassa, Florida, W2 KJV. Michael in Norwood, Ohio, N8MRS. Charlie and Bertie in Sun City Center, Florida, NA2B. Charles in Syracuse, New York, KD2YUY. Chuck in Lancaster, New York, W2EM. Charles in Selden, New York, Mobile, W2CJM. I'll be right back with you momentarily, Charles. David in Archer, Florida, KO4GGZ. Ryan in Rochester Heights, Michigan, W8RJD. Jack in Rochester, Michigan, KF8 DRC. And Bill in North Fort Myers, Florida, by way of the text line, W8WHK. Let's pick up our mobile station, Charles in Selden, New York, W2CJM. Question of the day, do you use an electric or manual can opener?
Mike and everybody on the crew, we use a manual can opener. Thanks for doing the net. Have a great day. Everybody be safe.
Thank you, Charles. Thank you for joining us this morning. W8WHK, Bill, North Fort Myers. Good morning, buddy.
Good morning. Yes, it's a wonderful morning. 77 degrees, clear sky, bright sun. It's going to get a little hot today, though. But hey, it's summertime in Florida. We have a manual can opener. I just could not find an electric can opener that was reliable. They always have their faults, and can't beat this. The old crank can opener works every time. Goes bad, you throw it out and get another one for a couple of bucks. Alrighty, I'll turn it back to you, 7-3. And this is W8WHK. Good morning.
Bill, I just discovered that a couple of bucks can end up being about 20 if you go to the high-end model. I'm going to try one a little better quality than what I had in the past and see how it works. Yeah, live and learn, you know. Thank you for being here. Jack in Rochester, Michigan, KF8DRC. Good morning, Jack. KF8DRC, are you still with me? Let's put Jack down as the one and done. Thank you for waving hand, though, buddy. Ryan in Rochester Hills, Michigan, W8RJD.
Well, good morning to everybody on the Brew. Yeah, I'm a manual can opener. I'm like the previous caller that indicated that he hasn't found an electric one that's reliable. Some of them are great, some of them are not great, but the manual ones are always reliable. It's a beautiful day here in Southeast Michigan. I'm on my way in for a second day of jury trial, so hopefully we'll get this thing wrapped up today and have a great day to everybody on the Brew. Take care. 73W8RJD.
Well, Ryan, thank you for joining us, and thank you for your service. All civic duties are appreciated. David in Archer, Florida, KO4GGZ. Tell me where Archer is, David.
For GGZ. I'm actually mobile, running out of the state today, but manual can opener at my house on a P38 on the keychain, so, we can get it open, Roger.
Roger that, David. And be safe out there on the highways and the byways. Thank you for joining us. Chuck in Lancaster, W2EM. Good morning, Chuck. W2EM. Chuck, are you still there?
On a little push button here. As far as can openers go, we have a mechanical one, but if I open one or two cans a week, that's a lot. Most everything now is pop-tops, or, you pull a string or something and it opens up. So, yep, mechanical for us. Anyway, back to that, W2EM.
Well, Chuck, with that description, I can pretty well tell that Marcy opens most of the cans in your house. I haven't seen any opened by string yet. But thank you for being here. And you have a great week with the meet and greet coming up and visitation with Joe. KD2YUY, Charles in Syracuse, New York. Good morning, Charles.
Morning, sir. Today we are camping on the road. We are in Vermont. Put me down for manual can opener at home and in the camper. Manual can opener is the way to go. 73 all back to net control, KD2YUY.
Thank you for being with us, Charles, and joining us while you're on the road, and enjoy your vacation and camping time there in Vermont. Charlie and Bertie, Sun City Center, Florida. Good morning, Charlie.
Hey, good morning, Mike. I'm Bertie down here in Tampa Bay this morning. Balmy 77 degrees. And they tell me we're headed for a triple-digit afternoon, so summer is upon us, I guess. Mike, I had to ask Bertie to give me an answer to the question, and she tells me we have manual can opener. Me, HI. But like others have said, a lot of the stuff we get's got the zip top, and of course, in case of emergency, we always have the old faithful P38.
So, thanks for what you do. I'm going to try to get a walk in this morning before it gets too warm. Take care and have a good one. K2CMT, NA2B, Internet.
Thank you both for joining us this morning. Michael in Norwood, Ohio, N8MRS. Good morning, Michael.
Well, good morning, Mike and Vicky and all the Brew crew. Well, if they don't have pop tops, I use a P38, which you don't have to use very often. Anyway, you'll have a great day. N8MRS.
Sounds like that P38 is a popular model this morning. Tony, one of our system facilitators, man that keeps that slideshow going on the YouTube channel for you, from Homosassa, Florida. W2KJB. Good morning, Tony.
Hey, good morning, Mike, and everyone on the Morning Brew. Tony here in Homosassa. It's 84.6. We have a manual can opener, Mike. I hope everyone has a great day. 73 all W2KJB.
Manual it is, Tony. Thank you for being here. Wish Mary the best today as well. Doug in Homosassa, Florida. WA8CLG. Good morning, Doug.
This is WA8CLG. Very good morning, everybody. And I use a manual can opener as needed. And I think one time we did have an electric can opener, and it worked for a few weeks, and then it was in the rubbish. But so be it. On my way, getting ready to leave for a dentist appointment here in just a few minutes. After that, we'll find something fun to do. Everybody have a good day. Good morning, Tony. I hear you in there. And we'll catch everybody later. W8CLG. Back to you, Mike.
Thank you for joining us this morning, Doug. You and Tony hold Homosassa down. Don't let it get away from you today. Mike in Grosse Pointe Park, Michigan. N8HLN. Good morning, Mike. N8HLN. Mike, you still there?
N8HLN, you copy?
I copy you. Go ahead, Mike. Question of the day is, do you have an electric or manual can opener?
N8HLN, you copy, Mike?
We copy you. Go ahead, Mike. It appears Mike has some technical difficulties. This is the other Mike. Mike in DeBerry, Florida, K2CMT, along with Vicky, KE8BKY on the log this morning. New stations wishing to join us, come now please, twice and slowly.
Kilo Juliet 5, Delta X-Ray Bravo. Kilo Juliet 5, Delta X-Ray Bravo.
Victor Kilowatt 1, Juicy Marto, VK1, JT, Canberra, Australia.
AR4 EKC, Kilo Romeo 4, Charlie, Kilo Charlie. Hold up a moment. The North Carolina station, that's all we heard. Come again twice with your call sign, please.
Kilo Lima Sierra, WN4KLS.
Thank you, Kevin. Stand by. We'll be back. Any other stations? Come on now.
Whiskey Delta 8, Papa India Charlie, WD8PIC.
KR4COH, Kilo Romeo 4, Charlie Oscar Hotel.
Okay, let me acknowledge these stations just checking in. Hector in Jacksonville, North Carolina, KR4COH, Bob in Sylvania, Ohio, WD8PIC, Kevin in Youngsville, North Carolina, WN4KLS, Bill in Ocahonka, Florida, KR4CKC, John in Ansel, Act, Australia, DK1JT, Frank in Sugarland, Texas, KJ5DXB, Jason in Milwaukee, Oregon, KK7ZSH, and Tim in Windsor, Ontario, ZE3TCS. Let me go start at the top of this list. Tim, ZE3TCS, good morning to you. Question of the day is, do you use an electric or a manual can opener?
Morning, Mike. This is ZE3TCS using an HP into the GM repeater. We have two of them. One with comfort grip for the house and one of the old steel pipes for the camper. Back to net. ZE3TCS does.
Manual it is, Tim. Thank you for being with us this morning. Jason in Milwaukee, Oregon. Good early morning to you, sir.
Yeah, it's an electric one. Everybody have a great day. 73 to all, KK7, ZSH.
Jason, do you remember what brand that is? Because we've had a lot of people talking about electric can openers not being very dependable, and that sounds like a good one. What brand is it?
It's around the corner here, but it's at Hamilton Beach. We don't use it a whole lot because we don't open a whole lot of cans, but it does work all the time.
Well, Hamilton Beach, we'll put that at the top of our wish list. Thank you for joining us this morning. Frank in Sugarland, Texas, KJ5DXB. Good morning, Frank.
KJ5DXB, good morning to you, Mike, to Vicky, and to everybody. I have both, but I use the electric. Thank you for the check-in. Everybody have a great day. KJ5DXB. Back to you, Mike.
Thank you for joining us this morning, Frank. Glad to have you. John, what part of Australia is Ansel Act in?
Ainsley, that is how it's pronounced, Ainsley, in the Australian Capital Territory, which is located in the state of New South Wales. It's all federal land here. There is no...
Very good. And what kind of can opener do you have on hand, a manual or an electric? CK1JT. John, what type of can opener do you have, electric or manual? John must have been in and out real quick. Bill in Oklahoma, Florida. Same question to you, buddy. KR4CKC. Good morning, Mike, and the rest of the Brew. We have done for years now as a manual. We had an electric one a long time ago. Got rid of it, and we've been manual ever since. KR4CKC. Everybody, have a good day. See ya. Thank you, Bill. One thing about the manual ones, they don't take up much counter space, but they do take up some drawer space. Thank you for being here, buddy. Kevin in Youngsville, North Carolina, WN4KLS. Good morning, sir.
I've had an electric can opener for many years. We always used that quality manual one. If you have a cheap one, they don't work well, but if you get a good quality manual one, it's just about as fast as the electric. 4KLX, that's good.
Thank you, Kevin, for being here. I think if I ever get an electric one, I want to get a 220 model. You know how that is. More powerful, just like home improvement. Bob in Sylvania, Ohio, WD8PIC. We have both. So, everybody have a great rest of the day. It's somewhere in the vicinity of 70 here. Let's see, it's, I have 75. Now, how much of that is from sunshine, I don't know. But anyway, it's warming up fast here, so it was only about 65 overnight, so it didn't have far to go. Back to net, WD8PIC. Thank you for joining us this morning, Bob. Yeah, we started out this morning about 76 and 79 already just this last hour. So it's climbing fast. Hector in Jacksonville, North Carolina, KR4COH. Good morning, Hector.
79 here in Jacksonville, cloudy, going up to 91. And as far as the question of the day, we use a manual here. And we all have a blessed day. KR4COH, monitoring the safety.
Thank you for joining us this morning, Hector. Glad to have you. Mike in Camillus, New York, KD2WRJ. By way of the text line. Good morning, Mike.
Good morning, Brew Crew. I have a manual can opener at home, and I carry a P38 with me every day, just in case. WRJ back to the net. Everybody have a good day.
Thank you, Mike. Next up is the Godfather himself, WB2JTT. Good morning, Dick.
Good morning, Mike, Vicky, and Scott, and everybody. Godfather's making kind of a last couple of calls here for the Western New York meet and greet, which is Saturday. It's not too late. We still have people signing up and wanting to come. So Saturday in Western New York, you'll only hear that for another day or so. And one thing I do want to mention for the Western New York people as well, on Friday night we are doing a little dinner get-together, informal dinner get-together at Alton's on Transit Road in Elma. Alton's on Transit Road in Elma. We're going to have a dinner. So if you're going to go, please let me know so I can tell the restaurant how many. We've got a pretty good number already, but we'd love to have everybody, but I don't want to walk in there with 10 extra people. So please just drop me a line, email me or something, and let me know that you're planning on going.
Other than that, that's it from here, Mike. This is WB to JPQ.
Well, Dick, you better get 10 extra spaces just in case for the late shows. A lot of people have trouble making up their mind when it comes to eating. Depends on where you're eating at and what time you're eating at and all that good stuff. But I hope you have a good turnout. I'm sure you will. Next up is KK4OXX. Or something that sounds like that.
KK4OXX, hey, thanks for taking my check-in. I appreciate it. And that was via the text line. And as far as the question is concerned, I hadn't had an electric can opener for years, and it was about the time that we got hit with a couple of hurricanes. No electricity, nothing to refrigerate, keep things refrigerated. So I had to depend more on canned foods, and the manual seems to be the best for the job. However, I do use one of those that cut on the side and eliminate the rough edges, the sharp edges. Thanks for taking the check-in, KK4OXX.
Well, thank you for joining us this morning, Jonas. Glad to hear you right there on the Miramar. Next up is Roy from Livonia, Michigan, W8ROY.
Oh, good morning, Mike, and everyone on the Morning Brew. What do we got? 78 and humid here in Michigan today. Manual can opener for me. Haven't had electric in, oh my gosh, long time. Hope everyone has a great day, and stay cool. W8ROI, back to you, Mike.
Well, thank you for being with us this morning, Roy. Manual it is. Rex in Crystal River, Florida, KJ4LXJ.
Well, good morning to you and the Brew crew. We're getting a little steamy already this morning here in Central Florida. We have both, but we normally use the electric one. It's a handheld one, and it cuts it around the edge like the other fella said, so you don't have the sharp edge. My wife loves it because her hands hurt so bad she can barely twist the manual. You guys have a wonderful morning. KJ4LXJ, back to the net.
Well, thank you for being here, Roy. Appreciate it. Let's go over to Rex in Crystal River, Florida. Last time I bought a boat, I bought it right there in Crystal River. KJ4LXJ.
I think you just called me there, Mike. I just answered that we have the manuals and the handheld electric, but maybe you thought I needed a second round. You have a wonderful day, KJ4LXJ, back to the net.
Well, Rex, I tell you, it has a whole lot to do with my reading ability, and I had I saw Crystal River on there, and you were talking. I guess I had wanted to talk to you and tell you about that boat purchase over at Crystal River Marine, and well, you know how things are. Besides that, this is my first day this week, so I had to wake up. Thank you for being here, and thank you for getting along with me. Mark in Albuquerque, New Mexico, the master of my favorite blonde, W4MHG. Good morning, Gracie.
Well, good morning, W5MHG. Gracie says, bow wow, yippee-yi-yay. And with 71 degrees in the backyard, it's a manual for us. And Gracie can't use it because of her paws. So it's just us opening up and create her cans. Thanks so much for being there. And we love that manual text line, W5MHG. from the land of enchantment, 7-3.
Thank you, Mark. You're going to have to get those pull tab cans for Gracie, especially her dog food, and make sure she learns how to use it. K5YNU, Florian in Conroe, Texas. Good morning, Florian.
Good morning, Mike, Vicky, and everyone on the Brew crew. Put me down for manual can opener. Very seldom used, but when we use it, it's there, and we don't have a manual one. I mean, automatic one. Back to the net control. Everyone have a blessed day. K5, YNU.
Thank you, Florian. Next up is Joe in Claremont, Florida. KM4WZD. Good morning, Joe.
Well, good morning, Mike. Good morning to the crew. You could put us down for manual. We don't actually own an electric one, although my wife does have an automatic can opener, and the way that works is she gets the manual one out of the drawer, hands it to me, and she asks me to open the can. But, yeah, manual for us. Everybody take care. 7-3 is back to that. It's KM4WZD.
Thank you, Joe. Glad to have you, buddy. And smart man that takes care of his wife's can opening duties. Roger, my neighbor to the west, Umatilla, Florida, the 20-meter man himself, KO4QMM.
Good morning, Mike, Vicky, and the Brew crew. You can put me down for Manuel. And I actually have one that somebody got me when I was like 14 years old, back in the late 70s from Kmart. It has a spoon and a fork, a saw. It's got all the stuff on it, and I still have it. Sucker with stainless steel, and I guess it was built well. Back to you, Mike. Everybody have a great day. KO4QMM clear.
All right, let some of those disconnects get out of the way. Thank you, Roger. Appreciate you being here early. Remind everyone tonight at 8, as usual, on Tuesday night, the TechNet will be here. And come and join us. Bring your technical questions. And if you don't have any questions, maybe you can be here to help answer some. New stations, mobile stations. Let's go for mobile stations. Come now, please, twice and slowly.
Kilo Echo 2, Bravo, Delta Oscar, Uniform AH2, Bravo, Delta Oscar,
KOR.
Kilo Charlie 5, Charlie Popov, KC5 CPO.
Okay, mobile stations, let me come get you all right now. Let me clarify one. KJ5KOR. Something sounds like that. David in Houston, confirm, please.
That's confirmed.
Thank you, buddy. Let me acknowledge KC5CTO, KO4FBM, KJ5KOR, KA2EU, and KE2BDO. Richard in Sawyer Falls, New York. KE2BDO. Manual or electric can opener at your house, Richard?
Good morning to all on the crew. This is Kilo Echo 2, Bravo, Delta Oscar, and it's a manual only here. Manual only. Nobody needs those newfangled electric gadgets. KE2BDO, have a great day, everyone.
Thank you, Richard. KA2EEU, Scott, Spring, Texas. Good morning.
Good morning, everyone. K2EU. So we have a battery-operated round device. I set it on top of the can, and it zips around there and takes the can off. Takes the lid off. Y'all have a great day, K2EU. Quit.
Well, Scott, that sounds downright fancy. I'll have to watch and see if I can find a demo on that one. David in Houston, Texas, KJ5KOR. Good morning.
Good morning to everybody on the crew. Electric here at the house. The last time I had a manual can opener was a little device that hung on my dog tag chain that helps me open up sea rations. But that was 60 years ago. 77 degrees here in Houston, Texas. I sure enjoy the crew every morning. Thank you, sir. This is KJ5KOR.
I remember those, David. I think I got one during the Boy Scouts. It was a small, little hook-like knife thing that did the job. KO4FDM. Jose, St. Cloud, Florida. Good morning, Jose. Thank you, Jose. Just FYI, you're stretching that string way too far. Just barely able to get you over. The noise level's too high. But we got electric down. That's what we got you down for, whether you like it or not. David in Brooklyn, Texas, KC5CPO. Good morning, David.
And always enjoy checking in. Put me down for manual can opener. You gotta be careful with those edges, though. There are things that are worse than paper cuts. Everyone have a blessed day. 7-3 KC5CPO.
Well, thank you for being with us. Let me, for those who are still listening, before we get gone too far, Scott seemed to think it was going to run about 50-50 on manual and electric, and he missed it on this one this morning. Manual's running 76% to electric of 20%. So, looks like everyone here is just hasn't been electrified this morning. New customers wishing to join us, come on now, twice and slowly, please.
November Whiskey 4, Quebec, NW4Q.
Kilo Charlie 3, Foxtrot Golf Delta. Kilo Charlie 3, Foxtrot Golf Delta. Kilo
November 4, Kilo Hotel Zulu, N4 Spirit. I'll be in and out.
AE1MV, Alpha Echo 1, Mike Victor, in and out.
KD2IWN, KD2IWN.
Whiskey Bravo 5, India Tango, WB5ITT.
Victor Alpha 3, Zulu Delta Delta, Zach in Windsor, Victor Alpha 3, Zulu Delta Delta.
Okay, hold up a moment. Let me read you who I got. I heard some doubling going on in there. And listen close, because if I miss you, I'm going to give you an opportunity to come on in. Zach Windsor, Ontario, VA3ZDD. Chris in Beaumont, Texas, WB5ITT. Tim in Hamburg, New York, KD2IWN. Mark, West Chelsea, New York, was in and out, waved a hand, AE1MV. Lancelot in Haywood, California, K6LNI. John was in and out from Rochester, New York, N4KHZ, thank you for waving a hand. Frank in Lancaster, New York, KC2JPQ. Ray in Elizabethtown, PA, KC3FGD. And Jim and Trish in Murfreesboro, Tennessee, NW4Q. If you didn't hear your call, come now please twice and slowly.
Lima Victor, Kilo Bravo 8, Papa, Lima Victor, set, in and out.
Delta Mike Alpha, KA1, DMA, in and out.
Kilowatt 3 Bravo, Echo Quebec Mobile. Kilowatt 3 Bravo, Echo Quebec Mobile.
November 8 Romeo Whiskey Foxtrot, that's N8RWF. Please check me in and out. I'll be in and out this morning. Good morning.
Okay, let me acknowledge these last four stations. N8RWF was in and out, thank you for Bill from Trenton, Michigan. And Ray from Chevry, Maryland, K3BEQ. And Dave from Grand Isle, Vermont was in and out, KA1DMA. Chris from Nova, Michigan was in and out in mobile as well, KB8PLV. Let me pick up the mobile that's sticking around this morning, K3BEQ. Good morning, Ray.
Good morning, everyone. And thank you for letting us in. Yeah, we got a lot of rain down here in Maryland. We're about a mile outside of Washington, D.C., and raining on and off for a week. And I think might have some relief from the rain, but then in a couple of days. But then we're going to be in the 90s here for a while. That's about it for now. I'm waiting in front of my bank to open up at 9 o'clock. And I've been here for a while. I thought they opened earlier than that. But, you know, banker's hours. Back to net control. Thank you, and everyone have a great day.
Ray, I should have told you the question of the day, and I didn't. Do you use an electric or manual can opener at home?
Electric.
Thank you, Ray. Appreciate that. Now let me go up to the top of my list and pick up where I left off. NW4Q, Jim and Trish. Good morning from Murfreesboro, Tennessee.
Hey, Mike, y'all are all sounding great this morning. Enjoy the brew always. We're electric here. Have a nice day.
Thank you, Jim. Thank you, Trish. Appreciate you being here as a regular. Ray in Elizabethtown, PA. How are things out there in the garden? Are you ready to can some stuff and get out the can opener?
Yeah, good morning, Mike, Vicky, and those on the brew. Hey, continuous rain here, Mike. Having a heck of a time getting into the gardens. In fact, I have a pretty good crop of sugar snap peas, and I was supposed to pick them yesterday. Couldn't get in there, so I definitely got to get in there this morning. And yeah, there's a lot to harvest there, and obviously a lot of weeds. It's been raining steady. A couple more days of rain. And as far as the question is concerned, we have 4 restaurants here in the village, and I used to have an electric, back to manual now. Hey, everyone have a wonderful day. Back to Mike and Net Control.
Thank you, Ray. Hope it dries up enough you can get in there and not make too many stomping marks and don't have to wear the knee boots too deep. Thank you, buddy. Frank in Lancaster, New York, by way of the text line this morning, KC2JPT. Good morning, Frank.
Good morning, Mike, and everybody on the brew. Manual can opener for me. And today, not much going on. Maybe take her back down by the river. So, everybody have a great day. I'll send it back to the net. Take care, Mike. KC2JPT.
Thank you, Frank. Appreciate you being here, buddy. K6LNI, Lancelot in Haywood, California. Good morning, sir.
Good morning, and good morning to all on the Brew crew. It'll be an electric can opener, a Hamilton Beach, still going 10 years plus. Y'all have a good day today, K6LNI.
Well, there you have it, folks. If you got an electric and it's a Hamilton Beach, it's a reliable machine. So if you want to buy electric, look for Hamilton Beach out there. That's a good starting point. Tim, Hamburg, New York, KD2IWN. Good morning, Tim.
Good morning, everybody on the Brew crew. Sunny here today for a start. Looks good out here in western New York. I use a manual can opener. It is the Cadillac of manual can openers. It's really easy to turn and leaves a nice smooth edge, so I don't got to worry about it. Even though it doesn't cut from the side, it cuts from the top, but it still leaves a nice smooth edge. No cuts so far, knock on wood. Everybody enjoy the rest of your day. 73. This is KD2IWN. Back to you.
Thank you, Tim, for joining us this morning. WB5ITT, Chris in Beaumont, Texas.
Good morning, sir, and the rest of the morning brew. I am all manual. I gave up electrics a while back. Never really had good luck with them. Yes, and I heard the recommendation on Hamilton Beach. And most of the cans that I usually buy are easy with them manual anyway. Don't really need it automatic or anything. So, I guess I'm just old-fashioned that way. Anyhow, clear skies down here in southeast Texas, but humid, muggy. And we've had too much rain already, but we're probably still going to get some more. WB5ITT, back to that.
Thank you for joining us, Chris. Zach in Windsor, Ontario, Canada, VA3ZDD. You're up, buddy.
Good morning, all. This is Zach in Windsor, VA3ZDD. I have both a manual and an electric, but I find myself using the manual almost constantly. Thank you for hosting Net. Love listening in every morning. I'll say 73 to all and back to Net Control.
Thank you for joining us, Zach. Daryl in Epsom, New Hampshire, WB1DXN. Good morning, Daryl.
Good morning, Vicky and Mike and the rest of the Brew crew. If I can't do a pop to top like some cans are, then it's a manual can opener. Everybody have a great day. Take care. We're at 61 degrees here now, and going to only get up to about 67, so I'll survive somehow. WB1DXN clear. You all have a good day.
Thank you for joining us this morning, Daryl. Time for some new customers to get on board. 10 minutes to go on this edition of the Morning Brew. Come on now, twice and slowly.
Victor Kilo 3, Foxtrot Sierra Tango. Victor Kilo 3, Foxtrot Sierra Tango, in and out. November 5, Golf India. Norway 5, Golf India.
Handheld mobile.
UCST. November Whiskey 3 United, NW3U.
Let's hold up just a second. We had a station in there that said handheld mobile. Would that station come back, please, with your full call? Twice and slowly.
Child, KK4, VTT, Kilo 4, Victor Tango Tango, handheld mobile.
Thank you, Bruce. In Kissimmee, Florida, KK4 VTT, better known as my problem child. Donnie in Jacksonville Beach, Florida, KM4 CTV, by way of the text line. David from Garner, North Carolina, NW3U. Pete from Frischers, New York, KE2CST. Todd from Yucca Valley, California, KD6GIQ. Rick from the Villages of Florida, N5GI. And Sam from Victoria, Australia, the VK3FST. Let me go to my handheld mobile before he gets down the road too far. KK4VTT. Bruce, question of the day is, do you have an electric or manual can opener?
Good morning to one, good morning to all. Like that gentleman said, I have a Hamilton Beach. I put it in the house 20 years ago. It still works to this day. I'm over here at Metro West, Orlando. Hey Mike, thanks for letting me have some fun. Kilo 4, Victor Tango Tango. Thank you guys for all that you do. 73.
Well, thank you, Bruce, for joining us. N5GI, Rick in the Villages, good morning.
Good morning to everybody on the Brew Crew. It's a beautiful day in the Villages, 75 degrees with a high forecast of 93 today with clear blue skies. And to answer the question of the day, it's manual. We got rid of our electric can opener many, many moons ago, and all we use is manual, and nowadays most cans have pop tops, so you don't even need that often. Anyway, that's our answer. Back to net control, N5GI.
Thank you for being here, Rick. Next up is Todd from way out there on the west coast of Yucca Valley, California, KD6DIQ.
Well, good morning. I have both. I have an electric can opener that sometimes opens the cans, and I have a manual one that always opens the can. I hope everybody has a great day, KD6DIQ.
Todd, I bet you're the sort of guy that wears suspenders and a belt. Thank you for being with me, buddy. Pete in Fishers, New York, KE2CST. Good morning. Okay, now that mess is finally shut down. Pete in Fishers, New York, KE2CST.
No, I've heard it, so I'll tell you. Yeah, we have an electric can opener which opens up most of our cans. It doesn't work on the really tall ones. But other than that, we use it. For the tall ones, we use the manual. Have a good day, everyone. KE2CST.
Thank you, Pete. David in Garner, North Carolina, NW3U. Good morning, David.
Well, everybody on the morning brew. Hope this finds everyone well. We have a manual, have had for a long time. Works just fine. Appreciate you letting me in here this morning, and we'll hope to be here tomorrow. 7-3 is NW3U.
Thank you, David. Donnie in Jacksonville Beach. Good morning, buddy. KM4CTB.
Well, good morning, Mike, Vicki, and everybody on the net. KM4CTB, Donnie, and sunny, hot Jacksonville Beach. Yeah, we've got an electric can opener, but we still got a wrencher in the drawer there just in case, Mike. Try to stay cool today. 73, KM4CTB back in.
Thank you, Donnie. It's always good to have a backup. Can't ever go wrong that way. Any other stations wishing to join us? Got 2 minutes left, so come on quick and be twice as slowly on the call, though.
Kilo, Quebec 4, Oscar Romeo Kilo, KQ4, ORK in the mobile. KO4, RID, KO4, RID,
59,
Orlando.
Sierra Alpha Mike, in and out, good morning.
Enduro Charlie Kilo Victor. Enduro Charlie Kilo Victor.
Okay, let me acknowledge these last stations. All of them were in and outers. Mark in Plymouth, Minnesota, N0CKV. Sam in Union, Ohio, W9SAM. Stephen in Orlando, Florida, KO4RIC. And Barry in Apopka was mobile and in and out as well, KQ4ORK. Folks, I'm going to call it there at 137 check-ins. This is Mike, K2CMP in DeBerry, Florida, along with Vicki, K8DKY in Lambertville, Michigan. And our buddy Scott was on the first hour. I want to thank him for his contribution, W2BLT. Everyone have a fine day and a fine week coming up, and 73.